welcome to another video on the channel. Today we are wrapping up the month of May in my reading bullet journal, and as usual we'll run through the pages of May and then fill in anything in the front pages of this journal together. So let's start off with the good things about May. I read 16 books in May, and few of them were really good, including Book Lovers, which was a buddy read that I did with a few friends on Instagram. Absolutely love this book. It was so amazing, even if I felt a little bit triggered at times because Nora is way too much like me, and right now I'm having a bit of a hard time managing and balancing everything in my life, and so it came at the right time to have some of the messages that were in that book, but also yeah, I was like, could we not have that thrust in my face, because I'm not dealing. Anyway, it was a really good book. I absolutely recommend it, but Emily Henry is either someone you like or you don't, and definitely is someone that I enjoy reading from. I also read a couple of other really good books. See You Yesterday by Rachel Lynn Solomon was an ARC that I received. It was my first book by her, and I absolutely loved it. Even though it was a YA book, it was set in university, and very relatable. Again, I think some of the books that I've enjoyed this month have been really relatable, so I gave that 5 stars as well. And the other 5-star read that I had this month was How the King of Elfheim Learned to Hate Stories. I took part in a readathon this month, and that was one of the books I put in because it's very small and I enjoyed every moment of it. It's just one of my favourite worlds. The Folk of the Air series is just one of my favourites, so I'm very excited to hear that we are returning there with a new book by Holly Black that was announced today. Anywho, let's get into the proper stats. As you can see, I am doing an entirely new stats page in my monthly wrap-up. This is something I continue into June, but I will have to redo because I did that page first and I like this setup better. I was heavily inspired by a friend of mine on Instagram. I'll leave her handle in the description below, but my friend Monica does the most amazing spreads in her reading journal when she wraps up each month, and so I can't take credit for this. I definitely was inspired by her setup. What you're seeing on camera is not what it looks like now. I did end up putting in the pie charts like she has on hers, but I will not be doing that in the future because I just don't like it. So I'm definitely going to keep it how you see it on screen here. But it was very nice to be able to set up my stats all on one page and not have them on 5 different pages like it seems, as I used to have them spread out all through the monthly setups. Anyway, let's get into the stats real quick. So I read 16 books this month. 14 of them were novel length and 2 were novellas. I read 5,258 pages. My average rating you won't be able to see on screen because my document that normally sources that for me errored, so I had to go look it up, and it was 3.875, so it's pretty much average for me. I read 6 fantasy and 10 romance novels. 7 were adult in audience, 2 new adult, and 7 YA, and 5 were physical, 11 ebooks. And my star ratings were 3 5 stars, 3 4.5 stars, 3 4 stars, 4 3.5 stars, 1 3-star, and 2 2.5 stars. So this month has been a really mixed bag for me. Like I said, I've read only 16 books, which if you've been following me long enough, you know that that's not normal for me. That's the lowest of the year. I just had a really hard time committing to reading this year. This month, sorry. I've been incredibly hectic. My personal life has been chaotic, so I just didn't have enough time to read. But when I did, I was enjoying what I read. I got quite a few ARCs this month. I got 9 ARCs, and of those, one was a book. Well, actually 2 of them were books that I was really excited to read. The Blood Traitor by Lynette Noni and Something Wilder by Christina Lauren. And I really had a fun time with both of them. I gave Something Wilder 4.5 stars and The Blood Trader 4 stars, but I also read the second book in the Prison Healer series. As you can see, it's above it in this little picture here, and I gave it 4.5 stars. Best book of the series. I absolutely love the way she writes, and I was just a little bit let down with a couple of things that happened in the final of the trilogy, but it was still a really good book, and I actually have a signed copy on its way, so I'm very excited for that. As you can see, we're just now filling in the front pages of the book, and I do apologise for the strobing on this area because my phone's on screen. I just found it easier to have a picture of my books that the days that I read, so I could fill in the pixel of the year. Yeah, it was just easier that way, but I didn't think about the strobing. I didn't even realise it was on camera. Anyway, the downside to reading this month, I just really didn't have the motivation, and so when I did have books that were not great, I didn't enjoy myself. I did take part in a readathon, as I said, and it was the 48-hour Becca's Bookathon, and I managed to read 4 books in the actual time frame, but finish 4 books in that actual time frame, but there were 6 that I managed to do of the 8 prompts, so I was pretty impressed with that. Some of them I had already started before the readathon, but that was part of the rules. You could do that. I did buy a lot of books this month, though it looks, but I actually only brought maybe 4 or 5 of them. Actually, that's a lie. I probably brought about 7. But my best friend was in Australia. That was part of the reason why I was so stressed out, because I was here doing everything by myself. Bless her having a lovely vacation though. She had a great time and she managed to pick up a whole bunch of books. So that's where the rest of the books came in from this month. In June it's my birthday, so I'm expecting to get a lot of books again over the month of June, and then hopefully in July I can commit to only buying 5 or less books. I know I'll definitely be getting a copy of These Twisted Bonds by Lexi Ryan. If you don't know, that was my favourite book of the year so far. Anyway, here's the wrap up of May. It'll be showing some of the pages that I didn't go through filling in because they were already finished, and also a couple of new pages that I needed to put in, which was a new ARC page because I ran out of space, and a birthday calendar for my friends on Instagram. I hope you're all doing well, and I'll be back with a monthly, mid-month video soon. Thank you so much for watching, and have a great day or night. Bye!